Hey, did you hear about my latest attempt at DIY? Do it yourself?
Oh, this I've got to hear. DIY and you, my friend, are like oil and water.
Well, I tried to assemble a bookshelf, got it done in record time. Only took me 3 hours longer than the estimated time.
Impressive. Did you follow the instructions?
Instructions? Who needs those? Real men use them as emergency coasters.
So, what happened?
I ended up with a bookshelf that leans like it's auditioning for a role in Pisa. It's avant-garde furniture, you know?
Ah, the Picasso of shelving. I bet it's the talk of the town.
Absolutely. People come over and ask, is that modern art or did you just mess up?
Meanwhile, I attempted to cook last night, tried a fancy recipe. Turns out, my smoke alarm has no taste buds, but it sure has a strong opinion.
Cooking can be dangerous. Last time I tried, I set off the fire alarm too. My pasta was so al dente, it was practically still in the wet field.
We should open a restaurant fire al dente guaranteed to set off your taste buds and smoke detectors.
Brilliant! We can have a chaos cuisine section on the menu.
Speaking of chaos, remember that time you tried parallel parking? It was like watching a cat try to solve a Rubik's Cube.
Parallel parking is a myth created by sadistic driving instructors. I just circle the block until I find two empty spaces.
Efficient. And about your attempt to learn salsa dancing.
Let's not speak of that tragedy. I have two left feet. The dance instructor said I was doing awkward shuffle.
The awkward shuffle could be the next big dance craze. You might be onto something.
If only my talents were appreciated in that time. Oh, and I tried gardening. Turns out plants need more than motivational speeches to grow.
Shocking revelation. I bet you told them. Photosynthesis or it didn't happen.
Guilty as charged. But in my defense, I did manage to keep a cactus alive. Low maintenance is my kind of plant care.
You're a true horticultural hero. By the way, did you fix that leaky faucet yet?
Nope, I've decided to embrace the sound of nature in my home. It's my own personal indoor waterfall experience.
You're turning your place into a spa retreat. I like the way you think.
Always looking for the silver lining in my plumbing disasters. So, what's your latest adventure in adulting?
Tried assembling a coffee table. Long story short, it's now a coffee abstract sculpture.
Ah, the artistry of furniture. Our homes are becoming modern art exhibits, one failed project at a time.
At least we're contributing to the cultural landscape. Cheers to the masterpieces of our misadventures.
Hey Carla, long time no see. What new in your world? Hey Nicole, not much. Just navigating the chaos of adulting. You know how it is. Bills, responsibilities, and a constant battle with the snooze button.
Ah, the relentless snooze button. It's like the siren song of adulthood. So, any exciting escapades lately?
Well, I decided to try my hand at gardening. Bought a plant named it Gary and promptly overwatered it. Gary is now an aquatic plant.
Gary the aquatic marvel. That's a unique approach to gardening. I bet he's the envy of the fish in your neighborhood.
Oh, absolutely. Gary is the talk of the underwater town. I'm considering getting him a little scuba gear.
That's the next level. Gary might need a tiny submarine too. Imagine the adventures he could have exploring the depths of your living room.
It's a possibility. Speaking of underwater adventures, I tried a new recipe last night, seafood risotto.
Fancy Chef Carla in the house. How did it turn out?
Let's just say, my kitchen looked like a crime scene. I'm pretty sure the rice fought back.
The Rice Rebellion of 2023. Did you at least salvage something edible from the wreckage?
Surprisingly, yes, I found a stray shrimp hiding under a lettuce leaf. It was like the lone survivor of the culinary disaster.
A triumph in adversity. You should patent that survivor seafood risotto, it could be the next big thing.
Maybe I'll start a cooking show, Carla's Kitchen Catastrophes. People can learn what not to do in the kitchen.
I'd watch that. Now, changing gears a bit, have you encountered any interesting characters on public transportation lately?
Oh, you have no idea. Yesterday, I sat next to someone who was singing the entire soundtrack of a 90s boy band loudly in harmony with themselves.
That's impressive. A one-person boy band concert on the subway. Did you join in the chorus?
I considered it, but I didn't want to steal their solo spotlight. Plus, my singing voice is more suited for shower performances.
Fair point. The world may not be ready for our shower serenades. So, any exciting plans for the weekend?
I am thinking of taking up a new hobby, extreme knitting. Picture this, knitting while bungee jumping. It's a game changer.
Extreme knitting, the adrenaline rush of crafting. Just make sure to secure your yarn parachute. We don't want any knitting emergencies.
Safety first always. I'll add that to the knitting checklist along with double check knitting needles are not weapons.
Solid plan. Alright, Carla, it's been a blast catching up. Let's do this more often, and maybe next time, we can attempt synchronized underwater gardening. Absolutely, Mark. Until then, may your snooze button be forgiving and your seafood risotto less rebellious. And may your extreme knitting adventures be filled with epic yarn twists. Take care, Carla.
Hey Jake, long time no see. What's the latest and greatest in your world?
Hey, Lisa, not much, just trying to survive the chaos of adulting. You know, the usual struggle between paying bills and wanting to buy a life-sized inflatable dinosaur.
Ah, the eternal dilemma. Inflatable dinosaurs versus responsible budgeting. Tough call. Have you caved into the dino temptation yet?
Not yet, but I've been eyeing this T-Rex that's on sale. I figure it could double as a guard dinosaur for my apartment.
Practical and stylish home security. Who needs a guard dog when you have a guard dino? Just make sure it doesn't deflate on the job.
Good point. I can't have my T-Rex slacking off on guard duty. In other news, I tried to start a garden on my balcony.
A green thumb in the making. How's it going?
Well, let's just say my balcony garden is more of a survival of the fittest situation. The plants are waging war against each other for sunlight.
Battle of the balcony botanicals. Who's winning?
Right now, it's a fierce competition between the tomato plant and the basil. I feel like I'm hosting a miniature plant Olympics.
I pay to see that. Tomato hurdles and basil gymnastics. It's the sporting event we never knew we needed. So, any exciting dating adventures lately?
Oh, you know the drill. Swipe left, swipe right, and occasionally, wonder if my phone's GPS is leading me to the love of my life or just the nearest coffee shop.
The eternal quest for love or caffeine. The struggle is real. Have you encountered any interesting characters on your dating escapades?
Well, I went on a date with someone who claimed to have a pet psychic for their goldfish. They even showed me a picture of the goldfish's tarot card reading.
A pet psychic goldfish? That's next level spiritual connection. Did the goldfish predict a second date?
Sadly, no. It turns out, the goldfish's tarot card said, seeking a more intellectually stimulating fishbowl.
Brutal honesty from a goldfish. Who would have thought? Changing gears a bit, any exciting plans for the weekend?
I'm thinking of taking a spontaneous road trip. You know, throw a dart at a map and see where it lands. Adventure awaits.
That sounds like a movie plot in the making. Just make sure to pack snacks and a mixtape for those impromptu dance parties.
Snacks are a must. I've got the essentials: chips, chocolate, and, of course, emergency dinosaur-shaped gummies.
Always be prepared for dino snack emergencies. Wise words to live by. Alright, Jake, it's been a laugh. Let's make sure we don't let too much time pass before our next catch up. Absolutely, Lisa. May your inflatable dinosaur dreams come true, and may your balcony garden emerge as the supreme ruler of greenery. Take care. And may your road trip be filled with epic adventures and playlist worthy sing alongs. Until next time, Jake.